Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and this is SCREAMTOBER. We're doing a video a day for 31 days up into Halloween, and this week is our most terrifying week of all, our franchise horror week. Let's see if your favorite is on the list. Let's go. Let's start by definition. A franchise or franchising is a method of distributing products or services involving a franchisor who establishes the brand's trademark or trade name and a business system, and a franchisee who pays a royalty and often an initial fee for the right to do businesses under the franchisor's name and system. Wait, let's back this up. We're not talking McDonald's, Burger King, or Popeyes. We're talking horror franchise. Let's start off with the franchises that broke the mold: Child's Play and Jaws.
Everyone has a birthday they'll always remember.
Can we open my presents now, Mommy? A good guy! I knew it! I'm Chucky.
He's something, isn't he?
This is Andy's.
Time for bed, Andy. Good night, baby.
Let's talk about the killer doll with the potty mouth, Chucky. The original movie in the series is called Child's Play and introduces the character of Charles Lee Ray, also known as Chucky. The Child's Play name remained with the series for 3 films before it was rebranded to incorporate Chucky's name in the title. So the Child's Play name and the Chucky name are all part of the same series. Are we clear? Good. Let's talk about the movies and the order to watch them in. First up is the Mancini order. This order includes 7 movies, all written by creator Don Mancini, plus the reboot. This order covers all the entries in the original run of films, from the introduction of Chucky in Child's Play through to the arrival of Tiffany, which is Chucky's girlfriend and wife, and bride of Chucky. Child's Play, 1988, starring Catherine Hicks, Chris Sarandon, Alex Vincent, and Brad Dourif as the voice of Chucky. Child's Play 2, 1990. Child's Play 3, 1991. Bride of Chucky, 1998, Seed of Chucky, 2004, Curse of Chucky, 2013, Cult of Chucky, 2017, Child's Play the reboot in 2019.
There's nothing nice about murder. And there's nothing innocent about Child's Play.
Sorry, Jack. Chucky's back.
The first 3 entries in this series focus on a storyline between Chucky and Andy Barclay, a young boy who crosses paths with the killer doll. The next 2 entries, Bride and Seed, switch the focus onto Chucky's girlfriend, as well as his offspring. The final 2 entries, Curse and Cult, introduce a new protagonist in Nika, a young woman with a connection to Chucky. These films also dovetail back into the original storyline with Andy Barclay. Over the course of the 7 films, the tone changes considerably from stalk and slash horror in the initial 3 films to comedy, slapstick, and of course suspense, and by the end of the series, mind-bending thriller. The result is an interesting combination of horror movies which has a cult following. Bringing everybody up to speed, the new news is that USA and Sci-Fi's Chucky series will continue the continuity of the classic film franchise and could even spawn more movies. Chucky, the spin-off series, debuted on October 12, 2021, of the same Child's Play horror franchise name, bringing the terror of the homicidal, serial killer spirit inhabited doll to a new medium and a new generation. However, don't you dare call it a reboot, since the series, like the film franchise, remains the mutilating manifestation of creator Don Mancini, who touts the television show as a continuation of his cinematic universe. Mancini also reveals plans for even more films, in conjunction with the show, are also in the works. In other words, brace yourselves for the Chucky universe. Of course, the Child's Play franchise is also technically a multiverse, since audiences were recently treated to the 2019 reboot feature, of the same name, which was a modernized reinterpretation of the original 1988 film in which Mark Hamill, yes, that Mark Hamill, voiced a more tech-imbued version of the killer doll. No, he was not in Star Wars. However, plans were already in the works for Mancini's classic-minded television revival featuring the signature cackle of original voice actor Brad Dourif. Fans of the classic configuration of the supernatural slasher franchise will be delighted to see that Chucky, the TV series, directly adheres to the events of the 7 existing films. A relatively consistent and coherent narrative over the course of 33 years and 7 films, and now 8 episodes of television, explains Mancini. The series will showcase the deepest exploration yet of Chucky's pre-doll past, showcasing some childhood moments of eventual serial killer Charles Lee Ray, with last year's official copy describing young Charles as, quote, a seemingly ordinary child who somehow became this notorious monster, end quote. These facets of Chucky's character not only set up potential pathos for the character, but also help narratively broaden the Chucky universe that Mancini is attempting to construct. Child's Play also spawned a generation of children who were afraid of any doll or action figure sitting in the dark in their room. Good luck with that.
There is a creature alive today who has survived millions of years of evolution without change, without passion, and without logic. It lives to kill. A mindless eating machine. It will attack and devour anything. It is as if God created the devil and gave him jaws.
When a killer shark unleashes chaos on a beach community off Long Island, it's up to a local sheriff, a marine biologist, and an old seafarer to hunt the beast down. Director Steven Spielberg and writer Peter Benchley bring you Jaws. It's a hot summer on Amity Island, a small community whose main business is its beaches. When new Sheriff Martin Brody discovers the remains of a shark attack victim, his first inclination is to close the beaches to swimmers. This doesn't sit well with Mayor Larry Vaughn and several of the local businessmen. Brody backs down to his regret as that weekend a young boy is killed by the predator. The dead boy's mother puts out a bounty on the shark, and Amity is soon swamped with amateur hunters and fishermen hoping to cash in on the reward. A local fisherman with much experience hunting sharks, Quint, offers to hunt down the creature for a hefty fee. Soon, Quint, Brody, and Matt Hooper from the Oceanographic Institute are at the sea hunting the great white shark. As Brody succinctly surmises after their first encounter with the creature, they're going to need a bigger boat. Jaws stars Roy Scheider as Brody, Robert Shaw as Quint, Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper, Murray Hamilton as Vaughn, Lorraine Gray as Ellen Brody, Carl Gottlieb as Meadows, Chris Rebello as Michael Brody, Jay Mello as Sean Brody, Jeffrey Voorhees as Alex Kittner, and Peter Benchley as the interviewer. And here are some fun facts about Jaws, the movie. Jaws is the movie that made Steven Spielberg's career, and it's among his finest. It's easy to forget because of his enormously successful blockbusters that Spielberg is a phenomenally skillful and artful director of. His timing is superb. He mixes horror with comedy to brilliant effect. He gets great performances out of his actors, and his love for special effects has never overwhelmed his understanding of the importance of story and character. That said, the most brilliant aspect of Jaws was a serendipitous accident. The special effects team had yet to fully troubleshoot Bruce, known as the shark, the mechanical shark, by the time filming was to begin. Under tight budget restraints and enormous studio pressure, Spielberg had no choice but to press on while his crew labored vainly to make the shark work in the cold and corrosive North Atlantic seawater. To compensate for the absence of the non-functional fake shark, Spielberg used shots from the shark's point of view and John Williams' famous 2-note theme to create the illusion of the shark's presence in the early scenes. Fortunately, the crew was ultimately able to get Bruce into operational status in time to film the big showdown, and some of the scenes are filled in with live shark footage filmed by Australian underwater video pioneers Ron and Valerie Taylor. Consequently, the audience's fear is magnified by the fact that, for the majority of the film, they cannot see the shark creating suspense towards the climax of the confrontation between man and beast on Quint's fishing boat. In 1975, Jaws hit cinema screens and became a smash hit, coining the phrase of summer blockbuster. The film about the great white shark that terrorized a small coastal town was a huge success with audiences and kick-started a series. But how many Jaws movies are there? Well, to date, there are 4 Jaws movies. The Jaws films, which were produced between 1975 and 1987, include Jaws, 1975, Jaws 2, 1978, Jaws 3D, 1983.
With the first, you were too terrified to go back in the water. Just when you were starting to think it was safe, along came the second. Now, nature's most terrifying creature has returned in an all-new adventure. Jaws 3.
Jaws the Revenge, 1987. The Jaws movies, told in chronological order, Jaws 3D deviates from the story by focusing on new characters, but it is regarded as part of the same film franchise. Each entry in the series was overseen by a different director, but of course, as we know, Steven Spielberg started it all. Jaws is considered a classic, and the reason being is because everyone has seen it countless number of times, whether it's through TV, DVD screenings, or re-release, or even a streaming right now on Netflix. In my honest opinion, the movie is a near-perfect example of how to present an engaging and enjoyable piece of entertainment for everyone, and is without a doubt one of Spielberg's finest moments. But there's a lot of gore too. And that was the main selling point for each of these movies when they were released, each one promising a more extreme scenario than the last. And I think their reputation was well deserved. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions. We hope you enjoyed our Screamtober week right here on the channel. Make sure that you hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. And we hope to see you at the next one. Take care.